This weekend at Commanders Field, still getting used to calling it Commanders Field. Commanders Field in Landover. The U.S. men's national soccer team will face Colombia, and we are joined now by the starting goalkeeper for that squad. It is Matt Turner. Matt, Craig Hoffman here in D.C. Welcome to town. How you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Thanks for having me on. We're really excited to be here in the nation's capital.
Yeah, it's great to have you guys. Should be a great crowd on Saturday. This is obviously a friendly, as you well know, but for the audience, friendly ahead of the Copa America tournament that starts later this month. Matt, what are these friendlies like for you as you prepare? Obviously, a great Colombian side. You always want to win the game. You get out there, the whistle blows, it's competition. But you know that this big, giant tournament is on the horizon less than a month away.
Yeah, I would never talk down a friendly, especially an opportunity to play against, one of the teams that's going to compete for the same trophy that we're looking to compete for. So Colombia is a really good side. I think they're unbeaten in their last 21, and we haven't beat them in our last 7 opportunities when we went head to head. So, it's a difficult game. It's a good test for us, and obviously after Colombia we play Brazil, and yeah, we know for us, it's the United States, and we're always going to get everyone's best shot because it feels like sometimes that the rest of the world doesn't want to see the U.S. succeed in this sport. So for us, we have to bring our A game every time we step out onto the pitch, and again, we're not going to get too hung up on the results of the friendlies, but we want to, put in good performances that can give us some momentum heading into the Copa.
Obviously, it's been a interesting couple of years here for the men's national team with the World Cup, and then you have this period where it's like, okay, who's going to be the next coach? And then turns out it's the same guy in Greg. How quickly were you all able to pick up in the camps that you've had since Greg was back in charge full time? Like, how much has changed? Obviously, you didn't get the result you want in the World Cup, so there's going to be natural changes. Also, personnel evolves. It's not a shot at anybody, just the natural way that sports goes. How much has changed versus kind of how much is adding on to what you guys were building going into Qatar at this point a couple of years ago?
Yeah, I'd say not a lot changed in terms of how camps are run and the way we played. I think even when they were still trying to, go through the hiring process, the rules of camp were the same. The way we played in games was the exact same. And so, for us, it was, Greg slotting back in was honestly, it was seamless. And, so for us, it's just about adding more experience. And I think since the World Cup, guys have gotten that. Whether it be all of us together, we've had more camps where we've been all together, which has been really nice because you didn't have like that whole COVID build up to a major tournament. But also in their club situations around Europe and in MLS and whenever it is, guys have found, places where they're playing more consistently for the most part and challenging themselves in different ways and growing on and off the pitch. And I know I wasn't the same person, when I was 21 that I am now. And I think, even from 23 to 25, I changed a lot. And you'll see a lot of these young players growing up right before our eyes.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Matt, I'm 34 now, and let me tell you, when you get to be even in your 30s, you're like, dang, I can't believe how young I was when I was 20, whatever. It's wild at the stage of the life that not just you, but so many of your teammates are in, how that growth happens, and especially so many of you in foreign countries playing and the experiences you get. And I'm also curious, while this is not necessarily your personal case, you're now at Nottingham Forrest, you've been at Arsenal the past couple of years, and that's been just you in terms of U.S. player at those clubs. But you have these pairings of a bunch of different guys, your teammates, that are kind of in duos at their clubs, whether it's in Italy, Germany, et cetera. Do you see that chemistry carry over from club to country with those specific guys, especially you think of like Eunice and Christian playing together and they actually genuinely play off of each other on the pitch? Do you see that happen when you guys get together as Team USA?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that stuff's really cool. I don't think it's extremely common. I mean, it's pretty rare for us as Americans to say that we have two players at two of the biggest clubs in the world, at Juventus and AC Milan, playing together. It's crazy to think about. I had 6 months with Gio at Nottingham Forrest, and I can speak to that experience. It was amazing for me to be able to talk to Gio every day, watch him train, see his habits, and kind of learn a little bit more about him and how I can help make him better and how he challenged me for me to be better. And, as much as we were focused on everything going on at Forrest at the time, being in a relegation battle was tough. There wasn't a day that we went, I don't think, we didn't talk about, U.S. men's national team stuff as well. So we went through those experiences at Forrest together, and we were focused, and it was really great for us. But at the same time, we always got to, talk a little bit about the U.S. stuff, and that was really nice because you had a little slice of home away from home.
Matt Turner, goalkeeper, U.S. men's national team, with us here on the Hoffman Show. And you mentioned, it was a wild year for you guys at Nottingham Forrest. For you personally, a lot of ups and downs there. Like when you get out of it and you have the chance to maybe look back, I know you're coming right into this camp, but do you take a moment to try to decompress and kind of process that season? Is that something you hope to do, or are you just all eyes forward at this point on this U.S. camp in Copa America? And is that how it's been since you left England a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah, I think I took the time I needed to take to process everything. Like you said, it was an up and down season for me. Some really, really awesome highs and some, horrible lows. So it was a challenging season. All I can take pride in from that is that we stayed up, and at the end of the day, I know that I worked really hard, and I tried to put my best foot forward every single time, I stepped out onto the pitch. And so for me, there's pride to be had in that. And, I can put that chapter to bed. I can focus completely now on the summer and what's ahead, because, this business moves really, really fast. And if you get caught up thinking too much about the past, the present especially will fly right by you, and then you'll miss your opportunities in the future. So you have to take the lessons that you can take, the positives, as much as you can. It's important to take positives from negative moments, and just keep building, keep growing. And then when I have the chances now to put on the national team crest, give the best performances that I can, so I can keep getting called in.
Let's wrap up with kind of that thought, Matt. I'm so curious you got to now train at the highest level. You're with Arsenal, Nottingham Forrest, like you're in the Premier League. It doesn't get better than that. There are obviously other great leagues that are kind of on that level, whether it's in Spain, Italy, a couple more that you could certainly mention. But what is it that you take from the experiences the last couple of years in the Premier League, getting that level of coaching that you bring back with you wherever your next stop is, and certainly in the immediacy into this U.S. camp and Copa America this summer?
Yeah, I think the game is just fast. The game is ever changing, and it's a weird business. I feel like in soccer more than, especially over in England, compared to a lot of other places, there's a lot of changes made. There's a lot of turnover, and so sometimes you just have to stay steadfast and true to yourself. And I think the biggest lesson I took was I tried to change too much about myself when I first got to Nottingham and change the way I played, and I wasn't exactly being me all the time. And I found that really difficult, and now, I've learned that lesson, and I'm still only 29, even though I'll be 30 in about 18 days, so I'm almost 30, and it was an important, really valuable lesson for me to learn. So as much as you have tactics and things that you want to achieve in games, I think the most important thing is to stay true to yourself and to what got you to, the moment that you're in. And, that's definitely the thing that I take with me in my future at Nottingham Forrest, and definitely with the national team.
Matt Turner with us. Amen to that. Happy early birthday, Matt. Enjoy Commanders Field this weekend, and best of luck not only in the friendlies, but obviously in Copa America when that gets started on June 23rd. Appreciate your time, man. Thank you. Absolutely.
Thanks for having me on. We'll see you Saturday.
What's up, kiddos? It's your boy Clinton Yates from ESPN. It's the Hoffman Show on the Team 980. Tell your mama I said what's up.